corner. Could be Jay Snow in the Ferrari, who wins the race and wins the first season.
Anything going into turn one, a lot of battery burn. They're going to be side by side into turn one. A little bit of contact, and then he runs over the grass. Go on, Davey! Oh, I've seen it. He comes potentially out.
Good boy.
Inside Stephen Miller, close to the grass, and Miller knows what to do.
Everyone making it through in the back. We had a spinner, it's a Ferrari.
He's not looking good for track limit, and
It's a sunny Sunday in Spain. Welcome along to the Spanish Grand Prix, the 52nd World Championship Spanish Grand Prix, where Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton have 6 wins apiece as the most successful drivers, and where Ferrari have 12 wins in the past and start on pole today with Charles Leclerc. Pole has won this race 23 times out of 31 previous occasions here at the Circuit de Catalunya. 74% of all the successes have come from pole, and there's a long run down to turn 1, but the advantage of that pole sitter has been evident over the years. 2 DRS zones to try and help overtaking, 16 corners, and you take your lap time at full throttle for 63% of the lap. And here's that long run down into turn 1, where Max Verstappen got his elbows out 12 months ago and muscled his way past Lewis Hamilton at the start. Let's head from turn 1 to turn 4. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll battling, Alpine and Aston Martin, and Alonso, who starts from the back of the grid today, getting his elbows out, but eventually having to concede the place. Let's now go to turns 10 and 11. This is Hamilton and Bottas, teammates at the time. That's the second real overtaking spot on the track. Turn 1 and turn 10, the places where you can get past. Here are the tyre compounds. Pirelli have brought the hardest tyres in their range. The C1, the C2 and the C3. The soft tyre in these really hot conditions might just come into its own with its working window, working very nicely in the support races earlier today. Could that be the favourite race tyre? Here's the starting grid then.
The order for the race: Viper, Epico, Jacentium, Atom, Tycho, Ryan Gosling, Harrison, Nico, Phase Dom, Throne Globe, Asteroid, Kijun, Yawn, Vlad and Raven in last place, but Yawn has a 5-place grid penalty. And away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix. Ferrari still in the lead into turn 1 as it seems. Going to turn 1, the Ferrari on the inside locks up with the McLaren taking first place as there is someone off the track, and it's a Red Bull, and it's chaos, and it's a safety car as Ryan Gosling is out of the race with Nico missing part of his end plate and the whole half of his front wing. We have Yawn seeming perfectly fine. Throne, his wing looks fine. A lot of damage in that turn 1, and we have an Alpine just going off track for the fun of it, apparently. See how everyone reacts well, if they react well to the Ferrari. And the Ferrari's gone. McLaren taking a good line, a good exit, as they both pull away from the rest rather quickly. Not quite close enough to make a move into turn 1, I shouldn't think. Ferrari weaves to the outside of the track. Bit of a lock up into turn 1. Raven overtakes Yawn. Raven and Yawn are fighting. The McLaren gets fastest lap as he goes down the inside into turn 1, and he's already passed the Ferrari. He's clear as of turn 1. He looks to the outside, but it's not close enough to make a move. Down the inside of turn 5 he goes now. If I could get a nice angle, which it won't let me. Right. The McLaren goes for a switchback into turn 6. Tries to hang it around the outside, but doesn't make it happen. Oh, looks for another switchback, but it's not fast enough. Landing up behind the Ferrari, goes to the inside. Gets past the Ferrari into turn 1. Harrison takes a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he retires. P1, which is the McLaren, getting overtaken by both P2 and P3 into turn 1. The Haas barely slotting in between them. Lovely racing up at the front. As Tycho goes into the pit lane, and so does... Okay, well, we don't care about that. Tycho goes into the pit lane. Raven up to 5th. Raven up to 5th. Oh my. He's gonna win the race, you know. The best looking car on the grid. It is burning all its battery. Oh. And it's a clean overtake for the highlighter. As they come around turn 2 and into turn 3. Bump drafting from the racing balls. Not sure what Nico's doing. And it's contact, and they almost just sent it off the track into the gravel. Thankfully, Jorn was able to catch the car. No comment on that. This is the oh wow, this is the closest fight on the grid, and I don't know what's going on. As the Haas takes first place. Oh, the Ferrari pitted, but now the Haas is going to push to try stay ahead of them when they come out. And it's an alright stop. It isn't going to show me how long it was, but it was quite short. Vlad takes Raven into second place. Oh my word, he's done it. Raven onto the podium position. We have the Haas and the Ferrari coming out basically on top of each other. Ferrari into the lead of the Grand Prix. Raven dropped back, mostly because he's saving his fuel, and Nico gets a 3-second penalty. Penultimate corner. And the Haas starts into the pit lane, ready to put on some fresh intermediate tyres. Which, to be honest, I still think it's too early. As most of the field comes in for intermediate tyres now, actually. Raven's still out on his 24-lap-old hards. As P1 finally comes into the pit lane, will he be ahead of Atom? This might be close, this might be miles apart. Something tells me it's going to be miles apart. It is in fact miles apart. Lovely. The Haas takes first place. 4th and 5th are close. Actually, Cynthia might make a move. Goes to the inside, fakes back out to the outside, and he makes the move on Tycho. What an amazing move by the Ferrari. Round turn 4. Oh, bit of weaving from the Ferrari, trying to find out where he can place his car to make a move. Round turn 5, through turn 6. Barely a car's length in between them. Still next to Epic. The Ferrari, burning all the ARS it can, goes to the outside of turn 1. Will he make the move stick? There's contact, wheel banging. He has to take the exit route. I don't know what you call it. The runoff. And he has to back out and give the position back as he looks for a dive, but chooses not to go for a rather aggressive dive. That would have been. Goes to the outside, but off turn that is, but not able to have the space or the speed to make it through. FGE Atom 77 takes the win of the race with Viper 0.23 seconds behind them. But Raven West, without any penalties to his name, comes round the final corner and takes a podium in the Aston Martin. That surprised me. Wow, they will have 6-second penalties. Cyntium comes down for 4th place as he hits the wall. Tycho comes round to take P5. FaZe, while he is drifting round the final corner, comes by to take 6th. Vlad, whilst he will catch FaZe because of the time penalty, he stays 7th. Here comes Throne to take 8th with no penalties in the race, so that's impressive, especially with the rain. Kijin 9th, Nico 10th. But here comes Yawn and Epic to take 11th and 12th. What a race! Behind them, Nico gets a 3-second penalty. With 3 laps left to go now.